Hey, what's up everyone on YouTube? So I'm working on a 2007 Range Rover, and this is the sport model with the supercharger, and the customer's having some issues. What's going on with it is that it starts sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. And what I mean by that is that the customer goes to her destination, parks her vehicle, everything's fine. However, when she goes back to her vehicle, it sometimes starts, means it cranks and it runs, and then sometimes it just doesn't do anything, no response, so it doesn't have a no crank problem. And it happens intermittently every once in a while. So she gets towed, takes her to her property, and then eventually the car will start again, and it goes off and on. So she never knows when she's going to be able to use her vehicle, and that's the problem. So let's diagnose this vehicle. And don't forget, like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you like this content, please like it, and also write down the comments below. I'll do what I can to help you out, and maybe I'll learn from you as well. So I appreciate it. Time. So the first thing I want to check out is actually the battery, the condition of the battery. That's always vital with these vehicles, especially that have so much electronics, a lot of computers. We need to check to make sure the heart of the electronic system, if it's in good shape. So let's check it out. Okay, you notice that I have my multimeter already hooked up, and I have the multimeter facing the windshield so we can see the measurement of the battery. Okay, so the battery is not at 100% at full potential. It's at maybe 75 to 85% or 90%, but it's 12.43 volts. That's still pretty good. So that doesn't concern me. Anything lower than that, and I will be concerned. So now let's take a look at the measurements as I start the vehicle. Pay close attention to the startup, and you'll notice that it drops down to like 10.46 volts. That right there is what kind of concerns me a little bit. This time was 10.68. That wasn't too bad, but I did get some numbers of 10.46. We know that the alternator is charging. Look at the voltage, 14.35 volts, which is pretty good. So I know that the charging system's in good shape. However, it's when the crank up, notice that the battery drops quite a bit. So I want to test this battery out, and then once we diagnose the battery, we'll go from there. If it becomes faulty, then of course we replace it. But if it's not, at least we isolated that that's not the problem. We'll move on to the next step. Okay, so you're gonna need a size 13 to loosen up the positive and negative post terminals. Always remember, take off the negative first before you take off the positive so that you can prevent any problems. Now, this right here is gonna be a 8 metric socket to remove the securement bracket. Okay, so we had a bad battery. Even though it was fully charged, it was working great, but under load, that's when it got weak. So we have a new battery installed, and that should take care of the problem if you have a no crank, no start issue. Okay, battery's already installed, brackets already secured properly. Always want to make sure the bracket's already secured properly. You don't want this battery to be bouncing all over the place. And I've already coated the terminals, so we're good to go. Now we're going to start the vehicle and see if we have any issues. Okay everyone, battery's already changed, everything's good. I drove it for like 20 miles and I didn't have any issues at all. Check engine lights, battery's charging properly. I stopped at several stops just so I can make sure that it continues to start again. Basically trying to make sure that it cranks, and it did. No issues at all. Brought it back to my place, and now I know for sure the no crank problem is taken care of already and solved already. There's other videos I'm going to make on this vehicle right here because there's several problems with this vehicle. It is a Range Rover, but still, it's our client's baby, and I'm definitely going to take care of this for her. All right. Alright everyone, hope you liked this video. If you did, if you learned something from this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe. And also, don't forget, write some comments. I'll get to them as soon as I can. See you later.